Chrisley Knows best star Todd Chrisley opened up about weathering a storm during this week's episode of Chrisley Confessions. As those who have been following the news related to this family know, they are very much stuck under a dark cloud right now. Todd and his wife Julie are currently on house arrest after being convicted of bank fraud and tax evasion. They face as much as 30 years behind bars for the crimes they've been convicted of. Making things worse, Todd Chrisley also revealed that Nanny Faye was diagnosed with bladder cancer last fall and is currently undergoing weekly treatment. Via his podcast, Todd Chrisley has been very open about how his family is surviving this dark storm. Likewise, he's also told fans the best gift they could give to help support the family during this difficult time. What advice does Todd Chrisley offer for weathering a storm? Todd Chrisley tells his podcast listeners one important thing to remember when weathering a dark storm or a dark cloud is that a storm never lasts forever. He explains that eventually every storm and every cloud runs out of rain. He adds that everything happens for a reason. He's a firm believer in God putting people on the path they are meant to be on. Moreover, Todd Chrisley adds that one big promise God makes is that there will be a rainbow at the end of every storm. Turns out, the Chrisley Knows best star was so moved and touched by the discussion of weathering a storm that he decided to name the podcast episode after the discussion. The family continues to hold on while drowning. Todd Chrisley also admitted during the podcast that his family is currently drowning in bad press. He opened up about how negatively the bad press was hurting his son Grayson. He explained that Grayson was a very tender-hearted, sensitive, and sweet kid. Todd and Julie do what they can to protect Grayson, but Grayson has had a hard time ignoring all of the bad press. Sadly, Grayson himself hasn't been immune to the bad press, as some outlets have blasted him as spoiled because of his pricey vehicle. Todd's daughter, Savannah, has also been pretty open about trying to weather the storm her family is currently going through. Initially, Savannah admitted she was a bit upset at God. She, however, has moved past it and now embraces that God has her family on the right path. How do you feel about Todd Chrisley's advice for weathering a dark storm? Let us know in the comments, and keep coming back for more on the Chrisley family.